my name is Jel, and in this video, I will be talking about the beautiful country of Greece, her culture and traditions, and her welcoming citizens. Greece is a country in southern Europe with Athens as its capital. In the ancient time, Greece is a very influential country and was often referred to as the cradle of the Western civilization. Greece is also known for its beaches, from the black sand of Santorini to the party resorts in Mykonos. The customs and traditions in Greece are an important aspect of the Greek culture, and most of their celebrated traditions and festivals are religious. The Greeks are very superstitious people, and they believe in a lot of religions such as paganism and Catholicism, but they also believe in supernatural or paranormal phenomena. The Greeks are loyal in celebrating their traditional name day celebration, which is basically like a birthday but is more important than birthdays. You might wonder, why do they celebrate this? And why is it called name day? Well, it is because most Greeks are named after a religious saint, so in honor of the saint, those who are named after a specific patron should celebrate his name on a given day of the year. Here is more religion-related trivia for the Greeks. Did you know that their most important celebration is during Easter? During Good Thursday or Good Saturday, expect the Greeks to be very busy in preparation for the procession, which will happen on the night of the Good Friday. On the night of the Megalos Sabbato, or the Holy Saturday, the Greeks would dress well and gather to the church for a ceremony, which we often call here in Visaya as Sugat, or the rising of Christ from the dead. It is done through lighting of candles and passing the flame from one person to another. Afterwards, there would be an Easter feast dinner, and in the morning of the Easter Sunday, family would roast lambs on the pits. The Greeks were also the ones who invented the famous Easter eggs, which they would paint in various colors. Who says Greeks don't like parties? Dude, they own one of the longest festivals in existence called the Apokris that lasts for about 2 weeks. The party starts around February and takes place in streets and bars, and people throw colorful confetti at each other. This carnival is a Western Christian festive season, but it is also believed to have originated from paganism, and more precisely, from the old festivities worshipping Dionysus, the god of wine and feast. Now spell Dionysus, F-U-N. Hands down to you, wine dude. It is also of the Greek tradition to first get engaged for about a year before proceeding to marriage. The man must first ask the hand of his woman from her family and her father. Now, this type of engagement isn't what the engagement that we've come to accustom in the Philippines, such as the man offering presents to the woman's family, and neither it is similar to India's dowry. However, Grecian engagement involves the exchange of presents from both families, and it is also during the engagement that the couple would exchange rings, which they would wear on their left ring finger, and these rings would later be transferred to their right ring fingers during the wedding ceremony. Sweet, right? Okay, now enough with that. Let us now go down to some of Greek superstitions. Now, I'm sure you've already heard of cat eye or winged eye, which both sound sexy. Well, how about evil eye? Does that still sound sexy? Yes? No? Either way, the meaning behind evil eye or mathiasma is never sexy and is born out of a jealous compliment or envy. A person who has got an evil eye would usually feel bad physically and psychologically. In this case, an expert in sekmatiasma must utter a special prayer to cure the person. Thank the gods it can be broken. Do you also feel physically bad? I hope not, because if so, I suggest you should see a sekmatiasma yourself, or just wave it off. Maybe you're just overthinking, you know? Another superstition which I reckon is even believed by us Filipinos is the sudden appearance of a black cat. They believe that if one sees a black cat, then his whole day would be filled with misfortunes. But you know what's worse than a day of bad luck? A 7 year of bad luck, which is manifested when a glass or a mirror breaks. Yet, there is a secret gesture to ward all this evil off, and that is by spitting. The Greeks believed that spitting chases the devil and the misfortune away. That is why, when someone brings bad news, the others spits 3 times. Another occasion is when someone compliments another for its beauty. May it be a baby or an adult, this person must spit to the one who gives out the compliment to avoid the evil eye. Now take note of this. If you go to Greece, be cautious of giving out compliments unless you want a shower of spit. Hashtag beware of COVID. But hey, don't feel threatened or distant with the Greeks. These people are actually very hospitable and possess a laid-back attitude, meaning they are mostly calm, casual, and unpretentious. When meeting someone for the first time, it is of their custom to allow someone to introduce them or state their name, and it is also their custom to shake someone's hand firmly when meeting for the first time. Those Greeks who have been friends for a long time also does the besu-besu, or the hugging and kissing of both cheeks. Shaking someone's hands while tapping their shoulder is also a common gesture amongst male friends. And Greeks are not that strict with punctuality as well. However, during a meal, one must not refuse the food, for they consider this impolite. And don't worry, the manners are mostly casual since the Greeks consider mealtime as a social occasion. So, it is very much okay to engage in discussions, especially that they often treat their guests as part of a family as far as mealtime is concerned. Speaking of which, Grecians value most the importance of family, that it is customary for them to help family relatives in dire need, and the wrongdoing of a family member would bring dishonor to the whole family, because that's how it is, right? We must honor our family, be cautious of our actions, so that we may not put ill to our names, for it is what glues us together as a family. And one more tip. If you plan to travel and stroll around Greece, especially if you're a female, keep with you a scarf large enough to cover the bare parts of your body, such as your legs or your shoulders. Because, you see, some churches, especially monasteries in Greece, can be a bit conservative, especially when it comes to women. Greece is one of the oldest civilizations, and even now, their old traditions and customs had yet never been forgotten and are still treasured for generations and generations to come. That is how wonderful and spectacular Greeks are and their culture, and most importantly, their country. Ευχαριστώ που με άκουσες.